Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is culture, traditions and houses. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we need to sanitize. Remember, you can also use soap and water to make sure that your hands are germ-free. Just also make sure that when you use soap and water, you rinse them for 30 seconds. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Well done. For today's lesson, we will be talking about capacity. For our first exercise, boys and girls, let's turn to page 24. On page 24, we are going to be doing length and we are going to be measuring in centimeters with a ruler. That sounds so exciting. So we are going to be using a ruler and we are also going to be measuring in centimeters. What we are going to be measuring is the different lengths of the pencils. Now, as you well know that pencils, they change their length from time to time. The more we use them, the more the length changes. So we are going to take a look at the pencils and how long they are. But we are also going to learn how to use a ruler. Now, if you look at the board, I have put some of my pencils. But because my ruler is too small for me to show you where to start, I have a special ruler for the board. This one is called a meter ruler. I almost smacked myself. So this is our meter ruler. And with the meter ruler, we have our centimeter sign right at the beginning. So the first line that you see where my finger is where we are going to start putting our meter ruler. For you, it will be the same on the normal ruler. So we take our meter ruler and we put it at the edge of the pencil. So my pencil is now at the edge of, my ruler is now at the edge of the pencil. It is in the same line. Now it's my job to make sure that I can check where the pencil ends. So I am measuring from the back of the pencil to the front. And if I look and check with my eyes, I can see that the pencil is 10 centimeters long. Where my finger is right now is where the pencil ends. So I am going to take my chalk and you, with your ruler, I want you to check if it is 10 centimeters. And I will write my 10. So it's very simple, boys and girls. You make sure that number one, you can see where it says CM on your ruler. Once you're able to see the CM, that is where you start measuring from the first line. So you put your ruler at the back of the pencil, which means including the eraser, and you make sure that it is in line. Once you are done with that, you are going to now check with your eyes where the ruler ends. Now in this case, it's not clear that it is 10 because it seems to be longer than 10. So I have to check with my eyes and count how many after 10, which is 11, 12. It is in line with the line for 12, which means that the pencil, the same one that's in your book, the same one that's on the board, is 12 centimeters long. Now I have another measurement, the same one that is in your book as well. So I look for my cm for centimeters, I look for my 0, I put my ruler at the beginning or at the back of the pencil in line, and then I check with my eyes where it ends in line with my ruler. In this case, it does not get to the long line. Instead, it gets to the shorter line just before, and I can count with my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means this little pencil, the same one that's in your book and the same one that is on my board, is 4 centimeters. So remember, the first thing you do is look for your CM on your ruler. And then you place your ruler in line with where the pencil ends. After that, you check the tip of the pencil to see where it is ending. If it is not on a number that's already on the ruler, that's okay. You can count using your fingers. And then you write your answer. Take your time, have fun with your ruler and measuring, and I will see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list. For the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
For our next exercise, boys and girls, let us turn to page 25. On page 25, we are going to be doing some data handling. Now, a pie shop sells a range of different pies. That is what we are told. And here are the sales figures for the number of pies sold for each day of the week. So the graph that we can see there has the pies and the days where they sold the pies. We are also given a very important piece of information which says that each pie that we can see is actually standing in the place of 20 pies. So we need to keep that in mind when we are adding or subtracting. The first question is saying how many pies are sold on Thursday? How many pies are sold on Thursday? Now, if we count the pies that we can see on Thursday, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pies. But we know that one pie that we can see is the same as saying 20 pies. So what we are now going to do is try and find out how many pies were sold on the Thursday. Let's take a look at the board. Now we know that there are 20 pies. So we need to add 4 every time so that we can find the 20 pies plus 4. Remember, this is our pie. Let's draw a beautiful pie. There's our pie. Yummy. And we are saying with one pie there's 20. So I'm going to draw another pie and another one and another one. Now the 4 pies that you can see all have 20. That is what it is saying. So we need to find out how many pies for Thursday. If pie number 1 is 20, then if I add 20 more, that means I'm saying 20 plus 20. And 20 plus 20 is very simple because 20 plus 20 equals 40. So we have 40 pies for the 2 days. For the 2. And then if I add another 20 and another 20, I also get 40. So we have 40 pies. Now we need to put the 40 pies plus the 40 pies together. So if we have 40 plus 40 pies, our answer, boys and girls, will be 80. So we know that there are 80 pies that were sold that day. How did we get that? Remember, each pie has 20 in it. So every pie that we can see with our eyes is 20. This was one pie for 20. This was another pie for 20. And this was another pie for 20. So our total is 80. Now let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 says, which day was the most pies sold? Which day was the most pies sold? Now, just by looking at the chart, you can definitely see that Saturday was a very busy day for them because the chart shows that all the pies were sold up until right till the end. So our day is Saturday. Then it is asking how many pies were sold that day. Remember, each pie represents 20 pies. So you are going to do that one by yourself. Then number 3 says, how many more pies were sold on Thursday than on Wednesday? This time you are comparing the 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. So you are going to take the difference. You are going to say Thursday's pies minus Wednesday's pies. And remember, we want the pies that are represented, not the ones that we can see. The 4th one says, there were more pies sold on the last 2 days than on the first 4 days. Is that true or is that false? So we need to first look at the last 2 days. Now the last 2 days are Friday and Saturday. And you can see that there are more pies on those days. And then the first 2 days are Monday and Tuesday. And it doesn't look like the pies are as many for Monday and Tuesday. So our answer, boys and girls, would be that it is true. And then the last one says, how many pies were sold in total that week? That means for every pie you can see, you need to write a little 20, and then you need to add up all the pies according to the 20. Remember, one pie we can see represents 20 pies. So I'd like you to please take your time. Read the questions 3 times, add and subtract carefully, and if you don't understand, you can always ask an adult. I will see you soon after our advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
For our exercise today, boys and girls, let's now turn to page 26. On page 26, we are going to be doing the 5 times table. And here we are going to count on the fingers so that you can complete your sums. So let's take a look at the first one. The first one says 1 times 5. So we're going to do that one together. Let's take a look. I have my 5 fingers, and I'm sure you also have your 5 fingers. So we're going to use our fingers to count. Let's go. Remember, it's 1 times 5, meaning we're only counting with our fingers once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer is 5. So I'd like you to please take your pencil or your pen and write the number 5 in the box. Well done. Now I think this is very easy for you, so I'm going to do the last one with you instead. Let's take a look at the last one. The last one says 8 times 5. Ooh, that seems like a lot. So we are going to try and find out what 8 times 5 is. But we don't have enough fingers. So instead of just using our fingers, we're also going to use counters as well to keep track of our fingers. So we have 8 counters here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we are going to use each counter for one hand. So if I'm done with this hand, I push the counter towards me. And that way we'll be done when we are complete. All the counters will be near my paper. So let us take a look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the first one. Remember, we're getting up to 8. Now we count on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 2. Count on 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Count on 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Counting on 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now we're at the red counters. Count on 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There we go. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So we count on 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now our counters are done and we ended at 40. So now we know that 8 times 5 equals 40. If you'd like, you can also use the hands that are in your booklet, but I'd really like you to try and do it by yourselves. So take your time and make sure that you use your counters where you need them. But if you don't need them, use your fingers. I will see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
We have now come to the end of our lesson, boys and girls, and I hope that you managed to finish all your exercises. Remember, if you're not sure about something, you can always ask for help. Make sure though that you end up doing the work by yourself. Now that we are done with our lesson, we need to sanitize. So please take your sanitizer and you rub inside, remember, around your hands, very good, in between your fingers, on your wrists and your fingertips. Good job. I wonder though, I have not seen Sashi in a long time. I think he's outside. Sashi? Sashi? There he is. Hello, Sashi. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF for Every Child, My Zone Online School, and Amos Meerkat Syllabus.